Hi there, y'all. This is David, and I've just got to ask, do you ever get that itch? You know, that tactical strategy RPG itch? The one that can only be scratched by deploying a squad of mechs, watching turns play out like a tense game of chess, and then blowing off enemy arms and legs with laser precision sniper fire? Well, I do. And hey, my fellow grid crawlers, consider that itch officially annihilated, because today we're going to be diving deep into Mecharashi, a turn-based strategy RPG with some deep mech customization, part targeting combat, and missions that are not afraid to make you sweat just a little bit. And hey, this video here is sponsored by the folks behind Mecharashi, which is honestly great because, I wanted to play it and I wanted to dive into it anyway, so I might as well get paid and gush about this game and the mechs, am I right? And also, hey, quick side quest here. If you love strategy RPGs just as much as I do, and you've ever spent like 6+ hours tweaking your loadout just to miss that 98% chance to hit an enemy in strategy RPGs, and you know what I'm talking about, then do me a solid and hit that like and subscribe button, because I'm really pushing hard this year to level up that sub count, and your support means that I can keep bringing you some honest, in-depth deep dives just like this one. So now, let's go ahead and suit on up and head into the battlefield. So first, a little context for why I was immediately hooked. The overall gameplay of Mecharashi is very similar to Square Enix's front mission. You've got gritty sci-fi military drama, pilot loadouts, and that glorious limb targeting combat. If this was a mech anime, it'd be that gritty home video spin-off that still ends in somebody screaming, "I won't let this war take you too!" Now, let's talk gameplay, and I do mean the nuts and bolts of it. Mecharashi is built around grid-based tactical combat with some real teeth to it. Every single mission is a puzzle where team composition, pilot abilities, and even mech loadouts all factor into your success or your glorious, fiery failure. You'll command a squad of about 5 or 6 pilots per mission, taking on enemy waves under tight turn limits, usually around 8 to 10 or so turns. It has that Super Robot Wars energy, but it plays much more like a grittier Battletech. This isn't just some sort of run and gun sort of game. You are dissecting your enemies, piece by piece. And that's where the game really shines. It's part destruction. If you hit an arm, that mech loses its weapon. Blow out the legs, that sucker is crawling around the floor like a broken Roomba. Core hit though? Boom! Insta kill. Every attack becomes a decision. Do you chip away at the weak point, or do you mobilize the enemy and set up a bigger play later? It's all your choice to make, but hey, that is tactics, baby. Mecharashi isn't just kind of like equipped gun and press go. The mech system building here is delightfully crunchy, and mechs do fall into 3 different classes: light, medium, and heavy, each with distinct strengths and weaknesses. The light mechs are agile and evasive, great for flanking or playing decoy, while the medium is your jack of all trades, and the heavy units are walking tanks, with armor to spare, but the turning radius and agility of a semi-truck. But here though is the best part, because you build up your mechs from the ground up from different modular parts. As long as you stay within the weight class and limits, you can slap whatever arms, legs, and gear that you want onto that frame. Do you want a sniper rifle on a light frame? Well, do it! Do you want to make a melee bruiser with backup missiles? Go nuts. It's like building Gundams out of Legos, but, with rocket launchers and bazookas and guns. And the pilots, they are not just pretty portraits either. There are 6 different pilot classes, and each of them do matter. There's the Assault, your mid-range bruisers and workhorses. Melee, or your short-range fighters who love pile drivers and they hate enemy limbs. Ranged snipers who take out enemies from across the map. Tactical units who can hit areas and deal with crowd control. The engineers, who are your medics who will keep you alive. And then finally, the defense units. They're essential for all the escort missions and for drawing aggro. So as you can see, it's not just bring along all your favorites, although you can do that too if you want to. But you do need to balance out your party and your squad, or you will get picked apart. In the beta, I was running through a solid lineup with an assault up front, a tactical sniper for popping off limbs, and an engineer just glued to my heavy tank like a life support system. And it did get me through most story stages relatively unscathed. But now let's talk about the elephant in the mech hangar, the Gacha. Yeah, Mecharashi is a gacha game, but it is a pretty fair one too, at least from what I've played. It's not the kind of game where you can pull like once a week and then like pray to the mecha gods that you actually get somebody halfway decent. During the beta, you will get enough free credits to roll daily, and even in the full version, the game seems pretty freaking generous. Characters are rated by rarity, and even lower tier pilots can hold their own with the right mechs and upgrade. It's more kind of like build smart than, whale harder. In other words, your wallet will not win the war, but your strategy just will. But where are we taking these shiny new pilots and mechs? Well, straight on into the battlefield spread across multiple different continents. Each map in Mecharashi feels handcrafted with its own hazards, enemy layouts, and environmental effects. Sometimes you'll be storming a war-torn city under siege. Other times, you're navigating narrow mountain passes. Though other times, you're in a lush, open field. But then there also might be like choke points that turn into mech graveyards if you're not careful. And exploring these continents actually feels meaningful, not just like a whole parade of filler. Each region has its own mini storylines and objectives, plus optional side challenges for extra loot and pilot experience. So you're not just like progressing in a straight line, you're tactically hopping from zone to zone, unlocking gear, earning medals, and slowly peeling back the world's lore layer by layer. And then when the dust settles at the end of the battle, you get paid. I'm talking mech parts, currency, experience boosts, and even exclusive pilot gear. So you will start building up your dream squad a whole lot faster than you think. But now, here is where you come in. Mecharazhi's global launch is set for July 31st, but the beta test is running from July 3rd through the 7th. And you can pre-register right now to get in early, and here is how you do it. First, head on over to the official Mecharashi website. Then click on Beta Test Pre-Registration. Pop in your email address and hit confirm. And on July the 2nd, you'll get a download link. And boom, you are in. You can play on iOS, Android, PC, or Steam. And yeah, it is totally free to join in the beta. Plus, if you do participate, you'll get a special emblem at launch that will not be distributed again, ever. So that there is a nice collector's flex. And get this, during the beta, you'll get 2,000 credits per day just for logging in. So go wild, try out different builds, reroll characters, break some legs. Well, figuratively, as well as, literally. After playing through Mecharashi for quite some time, here's the real talk. This game here demands strategy. It punishes laziness and it rewards careful planning. But whenever a plan does come together, chef's kiss. Watching your sniper take off an enemy's cannon arm just before it nukes out your healer, that there is the kind of drama that I just live for. Between the deep mech customization, nuanced pilot roles, and the ability to literally paint your units to match your vibe, Mecharashi is shaping up to be a tactical RPG worth your time, especially if you've got that front mission itch that just won't quit. So yeah, I am all in. Pre-register right now, join the beta, and let's see if your squad can outmaneuver mine. The links are in the description as well as the pinned comment. So click it, sign up, get that emblem, and get ready to blast some parts off. Thanks again to Mecharashi for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching. And I'll catch y'all in the next mission, and have a good day.